Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue to read the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. His people hang on his words and all obey the king. They took their meal by ranks throughout the army. At first, light Aeneas went to the big ships, and out on the meeting grounds he found the Argives, veterans close by the stern of Agamemnon's ship, taking his stand. Right in the milling troops, the herald called out in high, firm voice, "Son of Atreus, captain of all Achaeans, Priam and noble children, command me to report, if it proves acceptable, pleasing to one and all, the offer of Paris who caused our long, hard campaign, all the treasures that filled his hollow ships, and the prince hauled home to Troy. Would to God he'd drawn before the day. He will return them all and add from his own stores. But the lawful wife of Menelaus, renowned Menelaus, he will not give her up. Paris makes that clear. Though all Troy commands him to do precisely that, they tell me to add this too, a good sound proposal. If you are willing, come, we'll halt the brutal war until we can burn the bodies of our head. We'll fight again tomorrow until some fatal power decides between us both, handing victory down to one side to the other." So he spoke, and a harsh silence went through all the ranks. Finally, Diomedes, lord of the war cry, shouted out, "No one touched the treasures of Paris. Helen either. He is obvious. Any fool can see it. Now at last, the neck of Troy is in the noose. Her doom is sealed." All the Achaean soldiers rolled out their ascent, steered by the stallion breaking Lord's reply, and King Agamemnon rounded on Iliad. There's the Achaeans' answer, Iliad, a declaration you can hear for yourself. It is my pleasure too, but about the dead, I'd never grudge their burning. No holding back for the bodies of the fallen. Once they're gone, let fire soothing them quickly. That is my sworn pledge. Zeus, my witness now. Hera's lord, whose thunder drums the sky. With that oath, he raised his scepter high in the eyes of all the gods, and Aeneas turned, trailing back to sacred Troy. There they sat in assembly, Trojans, Spartans, all collected together, waiting long and tense for the herald to return. And home Iliad came, delivered his message, standing in their midst, and they fell to making hurried preparations, dividing the labors quickly, 2 detachments, one to gather the bodies, one the timber, and far on the other side, Achaeans' troops came streaming out of the well-benched ships, some to gather the bodies, some the timber. Just as the sun began to strike the ploughlands, rising out of deep, calm flow of the ocean river to climb the vaulting sky, the opposing armies met, and hard as it was to recognize each man, each body, with clear water they washed the clotted blood away and lifted them onto wagons. Weeping warm tears, Priam forbade his people to wail aloud. In silence they piled the corpse on the pyre. Their hearts breaking, burned them down to ash and returned to sacred Troy. And just so on the other side, Achaean men at arms piled the corpse on the pyre, their hearts breaking, burned down to ash and returned to the hollow ships. And then with the daybreak, not quite risen into dawn, the night and day still deadlocked, round and Round the perry a work brigade of picked Achaeans grouped. They heaped a single great barrel over the corpse fire, one great communal grave, stretched out across the plain and fronting it threw up looming ramparts quickly, a landward wall for ships and troops themselves, and amidst the wall built gateways fitted strong to open a clear path for driving chariots through, and against the fortress, just outside the wall, the man dug an enormous trench, broad and deep, and drove sharp stakes to guard it. So they labored, and long-haired Achaeans, while the gods aloft, seated at ease beside the Lord of Lightning Zeus, gazed down on the groundwork of Argives, armed in bronze. Poseidon, the god whose breakers shake the land, began, Father Zeus, is there a man on the whole wide earth who still informs the gods of all his plans, his schemes? Don't you see? Look there, the long-haired Achaeans have flung that rampart up against their ships. Around it they have dug an enormous deep trench, and never offered the gods 100 splendid bulks. But his fame will spread as far as the light of dawn, and man will forget those ramparts one and Apollo reared for Troy in the old days. For the hero Laomedon we broke out bags with labor. But filled with anger, Zeus, who marshals the thunderheads, let loose now. Unbelievable, God of the earthquake, you with your massive power, why are you mourning so? Another god might fear their wall, their idle whim, one far weaker than you in strength of hand and fury. Your own fame goes spreading far as the light of dawn. Come now, just wait till these long-haired Achaeans sail back in their ships to the fatherland they love. Then batter their wall, sweep it into the salt breakers, and pile over the endless beach your drifts of sand again. Level it to your heart's content, and Argives' mighty wall. So they conferred together, building these resolve. The sun went down, the Argives' work was finished. They slew oxen beside the tent, and took their meal, and the ship pulled in from Lemnos, bringing wines. A big convoy sent across by Euneus, Jason's son, who Hephaestus bore, the seasoned lord of armies. I'm going to stop here and continue next time. Thank you for watching.